Okay, so for this week's NET challenge, you're going to be taking part in the 200 club. So this is going to have you completing 4 different exercises, 50 times each, which will amount to a total of 200 reps. Now, in a minute, I'm going to go through each of the exercises for you so that you can have an idea of what you need to be doing. For each exercise today, I'm going to show you something that you can do to scale it down, to make it a little bit easier, and something that you can do to progress it, to make it that little bit harder for yourself. Now, this is no ordinary 200 club challenge because we're going to put in some sprints into the middle. So you're going to need to have access to a timer. You are going to complete your 50 exercises, but every 2 minutes on the minute, you are going to do a court sprint. So this is 30 strides there and back, okay? So you need to find 2 markers and mark out your core area. And then every 2 minutes, when the timer goes off, every 2 minutes, you're going to stop the exercises that you are doing, complete a court sprint, and then go back into the exercises that you are on. So just to recap, there's 4 exercises. Each exercise you complete 50 times before you can move on to the next one, and every 2 minutes you complete a court sprint, come back, and then you continue with your exercise range. So the first exercise you are going to be doing is a squat jump. So for this, you need to make sure that you are squatting below parallel. You are making sure that your chest and your focus are looking forward. As you come up from the squat, you're going to explode up into a jump and then land softly back down again. And you're going to repeat that 50 times. If you need to make it a little bit easier, you can do the squat without the jump. Just make sure that you're holding the lower squat phase for a second before you come back up again to really get that fire going in your muscles. If you want to make it a little bit harder for yourself and progress the movement, what you can do is to add a 180-degree jump into your squat. So as you squat down, explode up and turn 180 degrees, squat down, explode up and turn another 180 degrees. Your second exercise that you're going to go on to are plank ball passes. So for this, you're going to get yourself in an upright plank position, making sure that your hands are just underneath your shoulder blades and that your spine is parallel, making sure that you're squeezing everything and your core is engaged. You're going to take the ball and you're going to roll it along the floor from your right hand to your left hand and back. To make this a little bit easier, you can take the plank down onto your knees and continue the same movement, passing it from left to right, making sure that you keep that core engaged. To make it a little bit harder and to progress the movement, you might decide to lift one leg up as you are passing it. So if you're passing from your right to your left, you would lift up your left leg and put it down as the ball enters your left hand. Okay. Your third exercise are going to be burpees. Now these are full burpees, so we're expecting chest to floor. For these, you need to make sure that you've got your chest right down to the floor, that you've got your downwards movement is nice and controlled and steady, so we're not having any belly flops. As you come up out of your burpee, you explode up into your jump. If you need to make this a little bit easier, you can do a half burpee. So instead of putting your chest all the way down to the floor, you go into an upright plank position, kick your legs back and forward and jump back up again. If you want to make this a little bit harder, you can do a full burpee with a 180-degree turn, similar to what we did with the jumps. So as you explode up from your burpees, you're doing a 180-degree turn and then back into your burpee again, explode up, 180-degree turn. Your final exercise then are going to be single leg glute bridges. So for this, you are going to need your ball. You need to lay on your back so that your whole spine is touching the floor, and then you need to lift with your knees bent. You need to lift up your hips so that they are up towards the sky, and you need to keep this position throughout the whole movement. Make sure that you're engaging your glutes and your core so they are nice and tight. You're going to keep your left leg bent and you're going to roll your right leg out straight on the ball. So the ball should be at the heel of your foot and you're going to roll it out so that you've got that leg straight. You're then going to curl the ball up into your glutes with control and then curl it back out again. And you're going to complete 25 curls on your left leg and 25 curls on your right leg to amount to your total 50 reps. Now, if you want to make this a little bit easier, you can get rid of the ball and just do single leg glute raises. Okay, so for this, you keep your hips up and you are just raising your leg above parallel and lowering it towards the floor, and that is 1 rep. To make it a little bit harder, you might decide to put both your feet on the ball and roll both feet out and into your glutes, making sure again that your hips stay nice and high to the sky. And again, for that one, you would complete 50 in total. So just to recap, you are completing 50 reps of each exercise. You have to complete the full 50 before you can move on. So you're doing your 50 squat jumps, your 50 plank ball passes, your 50 burpees, and then your 50 single leg glute curls. But every 2 minutes you're going to be completing a court sprint at 30 strides apart. So good luck guys, make sure to tag us if you try out any of the challenges, and make sure you warm up before you get started.